Right now, we need to charge the pail using induction, the induction method that we learned in the class. Now we are going to talk about charging an object with induction. And this consists of multiple stages. The first one, we are starting with a neutral object. An object that's basically has same number of positive and negative charges, plus, negative, plus, negative, plus, negative, like this object. The first step that we would like to approach a charged object. So we have here an object that is not neutral. It has a specific charge. Let's say negative charge has negative Q. So this object, it's going to polarize this object and attract the positive charges on one side, and the negative charges are going to the other side. So this one is going to be like this shape. Positive, 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 negative, negative, negative. And usually, because this is negative Q, this is going to bring here some kind of positive Q, and here is going to have negative Q. Then, using this for this object, we are going to ground it, basically connect this object with the ground for a brief moment. So we will to the ground. When it's connected to the ground, what happens basically while having this object? So this negative object is still here. You still have it here. So at this point, this side is negatively charged, so it's going to attract positive charges from the ground. So this one is going to have positive, positive, positive. Okay? So it's going to attract a positive Q so that this part becomes neutral. Then after that, we disconnect this connection with the ground. We remove it. And after removing this object, we remove the negatively charged object here. We remove it. Then what happens at this point? This object becomes positively charged with the plus Q. As you can see here, we have extra amount of positive charges. So this was negative Q, and it attracts from the ground positive Q. Then we removed this charged object, negatively 1. At this point, we start to have this object, plus, 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 negative, 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 plus, 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 which basically this whole object becomes positively charged. So without touching this object with this object, okay, we created or polarized or redistributed the charges. Then we connected this object to the ground. Then basically the negative side of this object neutralized by attracting the positive charges so that we neutralize this side. Then when we removed the charged object away, at this point the charges here start to redistribute to have equilibrium, and by the end we can see that we have a plus charge, plus Q on this object. And this is the idea of charging an object using induction without contacting or touching it or friction, having rubbing or friction with this object. And this is the idea. Hopefully you understand it. Thank you. So first, we need to have a new cable here, alligator cable that we connect to the ground plane. And let's not connect the other side for now. Keep it here. Let's say it's here right now. Okay? We will use it later. So for now, as we said, remove the charges. As you know, if we put here, almost there is no change in the charge. Let's rub them together to get some charges on the nylon separator. Let's have this one. Let's reset the charge sensor. Then after that, we start to collect. We put inside, we can see it has a positive charge. Data collection, let's remove. It went down to almost 0. Let's collect data. Then let's do the charging with induction. Put it again, becomes positive. And this is a polarized pail, which means this is positive, the other side is negative. It's going to attract positive charges from the ground. So let's just touch the pail itself. You can see it becomes almost 0 charges measured by the charge sensor. Remove the ground away. Let's remove the separator away. Oh, it went to the negative side. So the pail becomes negatively charged when I used a positively charged induction separator with induction. So this is basically how to charge an object with induction. So here we have these tags. If we need to add more tags, basically on different sides, here we can press insert text annotation, this one for example, and let's press here, click on this part, take the other side, sorry, here, and we can write down anything that we want. Like for example, this one was nylon inside, and here we can say it's grounding, then this after removing the positively charged nylon separator. And this is basically how to charge the pail using induction. I hope you got it. We can save this for later use, or basically we can make a new. So for now, let's do the flame test. So the flame test, start first with discharge the sensor by resetting, and we need to charge the pail using induction or contact. I will use contact because it's much easier. So I will press collect. I will rub the two sensors. Then I will touch the pail. You can see it's almost 11 nanocolumns on it. Then we will bring the matches. Take this one. Be careful while doing this. Let's use this one. let's see what's happening on the graph. Oh, it's going very down, very fast. So what happened when I approached the flame to the pail itself? Do you know? Think about it. And if you know it, please write it in the comments section. And if you have a question, let me know. We will answer it later. So now we finish the flame test. So this setup has finished. Let's go to the Van de Graaff.